Good evening, Mr. Madhush. Today we are here to speak about our marketing to task to assignment in relation to the how the qualitative marketing research will help us to gain an upper hand in certain brands or certain services. So, as of the topic today, I would like to bring up our automobile industry throughout the world. So, considering the fact like there are there are two different categories. One is like a medium and economical range, and other one is being the high end range. So when it comes to that, what will be your choice of brand in economical and the medium range?
Well, design wise, I prefer Korean cars
Okay,
because they are giving marvelous designs, very eye catching.
okay,
And when it comes to the economic advantage, future resale, and reliability of the after sale services, the availability of the spare parts and all, the Toyota is the number one choice in among Sri Lankans.
okay. That is very great. And again, when it's come to the Toyota, what are the things that you will be looking at when you're buying a car or selecting a car? Either it can be for your personal usage or it can be your official usage. Like what are the main factors that you will be looking in this brand?
Yeah, well, these days the maintenance cost uh, and the fuel consumption. Those two are really concerned. I think even in future, if you are thinking about reselling it, if those qualities are equipped in the car, then you have a higher chance of reselling it in future.
Great. When it comes to the fuel consumption, like how do you think Toyota stay over the other competitors, such as like example, it can be a Nissan or it can be a Mitsubishi, it can be a Honda, because these all are produced in Japan. These are Japanese car. So why do you think that you will choose Toyota over these particular brands?
When it comes to this hybrid technology, I think Toyota stands out because they are the pioneer. If I'm not mistaken, uh, the Toyota Aquan,
Prius, I believe.
and Honda Fit was in the competition, but I think Aqua stands out uh, with its design. Uh, I think therefore I go with Toyota.
You go with Toyota. How about the maintenance? Like you raised the concern regarding the maintenance as well. So I'm sure that is something like neck to neck when it comes to maintenance with the German cars. But how do you prefer that Toyota is being most reliable? One thing, and again, when there is a breakdown of some sort, how do you see yourself, or how what is your expectation in relation to this?
Unfortunately, the recent economic crisis has uh, made a huge impact on this aspect. Earlier, Toyota was considered as a very economical car, but with the situation in Sri Lanka, it has um, raised its quality virtually to a luxury brand now
Understand.
because of the inflation. And the same reason has impacted to the maintenance cost as well because the country has some foreign currency issues. So all the spare parts and the services have gone up, and the vehicle value has gone up. Therefore, the insurance premium also has gone up. So those things matter, but uh, still Toyota has the edge because it has a widely spread uh, after sales services network, and even in the average mechanic in a local garage would give a good service for Toyota because they are very familiar with those machines.
Understandable. Like what you said, like when it comes to the maintenance, it is more easier to get the work done or the service done in an economical manner comparing to the other Japanese brand, because the spare parts
That's
or the knowledge about the machine, the machinery, it's widely made an impact
widely in
in a lot.
use. Yeah.
Yes, it's been widely used, so it is easier to get things done comparing to the other brands. I would say that's the thing. Like when we are speaking about hybrid, yes, Toyota is being the pioneer of the hybrid cars, because in some research papers I have come to know, in 1997 they have launched their first Prius hybrid car. So this is like way longer before we speaking about all this sustainability, and again hybrid technology and all these things. Like now when it compared to the other brands such as like Nissan, there is a car called Leaf, which is completely an electric vehicle. So before the Tesla and all these things, Nissan already released that. But I'm sure there were no, until this date in Sri Lanka, there are no completely electrical or battery cells vehicles are released from Toyota. How do you take this? How do you take this on, Mr. Mahesh?
When Nissan Leaf came to the market, there was a big hype that this is going to revolutionize because it's very um, the economical. But what happened was, I have experiences. What happened was, Sri Lanka is a tropical country, uh, so you can't drive a car without using the air conditioner. When you switch on the air conditioner, what happened was Leaf was not responding for long distance travel with the air conditioner on. So Leaf was not a market success uh, in Sri Lanka, but still some of the users who initially got the car are using, but most of them are having another car with Leaf because Leaf they are keeping as a backup car for short
Understood.
distance travel, uh, and still in the development stage. But the technology has gone steps, or it has leaped in huge steps. But that's not available in Sri Lanka. Probably because Sri Lanka is known for importing all the luxury cars, but recent crisis had put a break for
Understandable.
whatever reason. Otherwise, even Tesla would have been on Sri Lankan road by now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's something to do with our current scenarios. Hoping that to improve, and I do really hope Toyota will produce like a full on electrical car to merge into the market and like give a competition to their competitors, which I think can be a massive success comparing to the brand relationship and the trust the people does have it in Toyota. And how do you think about the technologies that has been used in Toyota comparative to their competitors? Because um, personally, I drive a Honda Civic. It's a 2023, but again, I live not in Sri Lanka, so that that same range, the same cost, so the same price range, Honda does have features such as like collision detectors, and again SOS callers. Adaptive cruiser, like you can literally let the car drive on the highway, like you don't have to do anything, it steer itself, and again it stays in the lane. If there is a car coming forward to yourself or it's braking, the car will automatically brake itself and adapt the situation and drive along. So this feature is not in place in Toyota. Like, do you think this is something Toyota need to works on to get in the next level of their technologies? What is your take on this one, just to understand this?
Yeah, the technology is always, I think, giving an edge to whatever the product. The, the thing is, in Sri Lanka, in Sri Lankan context, the the road system also matters because our road system hasn't developed into that level yet. But recently we have that highway.
Highways.
Um, uh, but most of the roads we are using a two-way system. Therefore, the even though the technology is there, it won't be
The
that much
successful one.
effective Sri Lankan conditions. But a user would love to have whatever the luxuries in their car, because at the end of the day it is something to show off their prestige.
It's
if
of course,
they have
end of the day,
something,
that's what matters.
if they have something, they will buy it and they will show it off, even though if it has nothing to use, nothing to be really used in the conditions.
Great, great, understandable. So overall, you think that Toyota will be able to bring down all this technology if our country situation improves in good 5 years time period, 5 to 10 years. So like, how do you see, what are the improvements that Toyota needs to bring in to stand out in their competitors? Like, you can give me like example, like three main examples, what do you think the Toyota can improve to challenge their competitors and stay in the market at the level they are at right now?
I think all the countries are concerned about the emission and this electric car concept. So sooner or later, Toyota has to come up with their own solution for that challenge. Uh, in the Sri Lankan context, also the fuel consumption is becoming a issue because the cost of living is rising, and people would think, even the people who didn't think about those factors will consider that factor in future when they are buying a car. So I think Toyota has to come up with a solution to that aspect. And Toyota being the market leader in Sri Lanka, they'll have a new challenge in Sri Lanka, because the government has restrictions of importing of cars. Up to now, they are going to give a relief for some of the cars for a certain cylinder capacity. But I think Toyota will think about that, and being one of the major customers. Uh, they'll have to come up with a solution to put up an economical car for Sri Lankan market.
Great. I think that's makes a valid point, because with the current Sri Lanka situation, it's even though you buy a car, that's what if the crisis comes back again where you don't have the fuel to do that. So without fuel, you will not be able to get the electricity, even though they went for the electric type as well, which
Yeah,
really
but
makes
it
sense.
is
Like,
not about yeah, it is not only about the fuel and electricity, but the thing is importing of cars that is being restricted. So
Yeah,
if in case if they can in case if they can come up with a solution for um, a car with a lesser cost, that would help for them.
yeah, I certainly believe that also. Like since Toyota is being the like the most popular and like top brand in the market,
Yeah,
there will be always a demand for that car, regardless of whatever the circumstances it's come up with. If somebody wants to buy a car that they feel reliable and trustworthy, I'm sure they will always go for Toyota instead of going for a German car or else the Japanese, and where they have other fleets. So
but
this is something.
if the situation continues to be so, then what will happen is I think the upcoming generation wants a car somehow. Probably they will embrace Indian brands uh, over the Japanese brands
Japanese
that
one.
their few previous generations preferred.
Yeah, yeah, that is very true, because that can be also a competitive scenario, because now India is producing cars. They have their own plants in northern side of India. So which means like comparatively logistically also it's very easier to gain. And again, comparing the business relationship and the political relationship between India and other countries, are India is in a stronger side, I would say. So this is also a factor that can rule out and merge more competitors into Toyota's current market in Sri Lanka, which I think. Yeah, it was a very good conversation. Like it will definitely help me out to carry out my coursework and complete that onwards.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Madhush. I'll keep in touch with you. Have a good one.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.